Hello, entrepreneurship students. It is week 7 of 16. Let's get started and look at what we have on dock this week. We had a guest speaker in, really amazing. She is the senior director of research and development at Medtronic in their cardiac specialty business line. That's all technologies having to do with heart. Um, your heart. And so she kind of oversees the research and development for new products on um, on your heart. And it's just a really amazing position. She spoke to us about the R&D methodology or method within Medtronic and kind of her career and how she raised in her career. It's a really cool presentation. We skipped the 10 ways to evaluate a market. We'll hit this next week just because the guest speaker went over. And then we talked about what's up for your business this week. So we're gonna skip over all this and jump right to kind of what's due this week. Well, let's start here. Give me 1 second. All right. So we're we're building your prototype, also known as an MVP, minimal viable product. Minimal meaning the least, minimal, the least. Viable means the least that you need to build to make it viable to the public, so make it acceptable to buy. So minimal viable product, and whatever your product is, whether it's a product or a service. And we said that there's kind of 3 stages to this. There's the designing of your prototype, the building of your prototype, and then the testing. And last week, we got into the design work. And so you laid out a customer journey and you started slashing things that didn't weren't absolutely necessary. So here's my customer journey, and then boom, I don't really need that. I don't really need that. I may need it a year from now, but right now, for my minimal viable product, I don't need it. So that's the design work. Now we're into the building of your prototype. We're in the building. So, um, what I say here is, what is the minimum you need to build to test whether customers will actually pay for your business idea? And I want to underline the word minimum here, and I'm going to bold it. What is the minimum you need to build to test whether customers will actually pay for your business idea? And that's really important because it could be that you building a website isn't necessary. Maybe you building a website at this stage is not necessary. Maybe 2 months from now, a website will be really important and you'll have time to do it. But you may not need a website for this minimal viable product. For example, you could try to get away with, um, not building a website and dedicating all of your energy and resources to developing the core of your product. And that's going to look different for everybody. So sorry, I can't really talk specifics. But if you want to walk through your idea with me, I'm going to be opening up a uh, kind of a meeting room today, and we can chat things over. Here's what the worksheet looks like for this week. So I got prototype building. Notice the word building, that we're beyond design now, so we're in the building. So step 1 is I want you to plan the building of your prototype. Plan the building of your prototype. And I got a box down here, a couple boxes for you. So I want you to list out any materials that you think you'll need to build your prototype. So create a list there. And then here I want you to imagine finishing the prototype prototype build here. So here's today. Yesterday was Monday. Here's today. And I'm essentially giving you 2 weeks to build your prototype. And then, you'll probably want to have it done on Friday. So then what I want you to do is I want you to fill in these boxes with what do we call them? Kind of important things that you need to accomplish to be finished by Friday. So for instance, you might work backwards and say, well, if I'm going to be done by Friday, I need to start working on, maybe um, gather materials. Um, Maybe you give yourself a couple days to gather materials, and then on Friday you're going to build X part. X. I don't know what it's going to take to build your thing, so I'm just putting X there. Here, and then you give yourself a couple days to do that, and then by Monday you need to, I don't know, build Y part, and then by Wednesday you need to edit the material. So maybe you go over it with like a fine tooth comb and make sure all your spelling's correct and everything like that. And then what you've laid down here are landmarks, benchmarks that you can try to hit so that you'll be finished by next Friday. So that's how I want you to do that. Okay, so step 1 is plan the building of your prototype. Step 2 is find an expert in the field to ask about your prototype design and plan. And so you don't have to do this. This is the Be Brilliant. This project worth 100 points. This is the Be Brilliant. The Be Brilliant says student reviewed prototype design plan with someone with expertise in that field. And so if again, it's hard to give specifics because everybody's project is different. But if your prototype, if your business is on, I don't know, um, if your business is on, helping people um, become more organized, then the prototype, you may not need a website for that. You may need to, just personally work with people and help them get more organized and see if they'll pay you for it. And so my question for this Be Brilliant is, who is an expert in that field or fields that you could show your design to, and they can help you understand, whether you're on the right track with your design. So, in the case that I just said, helping people get more organized, there's a couple fields that you could find experts in. Now, number one is anybody who's a coach, and that could be a coach of, there's all sorts of coaches. There's like career coaches. There is nutritional coaches or weight loss coaches. There's workout coaches. There's all sorts of coaches out in the world that you can do a Google search for, or on LinkedIn, and see if you can find an expert and have a couple minute conversation with them about your prototype or plan. So that's one, coaches. Uh, Number two, maybe you could find somebody who's an expert in organization. And so that would be a pretty cool uh, expert to talk to. So long story short, the Be Brilliant is that you're passing your idea by an expert. And then step 3 is to actually build your prototype. And so that's what you're going to do over the next 2 weeks. So the must-haves: student made a plan for building their prototype, student listed all the materials needed to build their prototype, and student built a prototype which they can use to sell test with their potential customers. So notice the word sell here. we're going to try to make our first sale with your prototype. So we're going to try to get people to pay you to use your prototype. And in so doing, we're going to test that with your potential customers. So you're going to get good feedback from them. Oh, I really like this. This didn't work. I didn't understand this. And wow, what a great thing to get feedback on your prototype. So that's where we're at, guys. That's the building of your prototype. Again, you're going to have 2 weeks to do it. And so, let's work hard on it and see what we can do. The last thing is so we're in week 7. Um, we're in week 7. We have a reading this week, but I want to show you that it's really small. I'll show you the reading. Maybe I'll show you the reading. Give me a second. It's a really good read. You're going to want to read it, but I'm just saying it's a pretty quick one. So this is it right here. You start reading at shadow testing and you're done right here. So literally like a page worth of text. But man, this is really good stuff. You're going to really enjoy reading what a shadow test is. All right, well, that's it for today. I'm going to, again, I'm going to put out a meeting call for today, which I'll just open up and have open, um, where you can jump on and talk your idea over with me. If you have not turned in your design for your prototype, man, I got to have that in so that we can move on to the building. So design your prototype, build it, and then when we come back from spring break, we're going to be testing it with customers, etc. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you today.